So after watching some of my videos, the previous videos, I think 2-3 weeks ago, on how to mix feeds, let's just do this. So I've received a number of questions regarding how to go about it. So people are asking, how do you mix this and that? What is the ratio to look for? You know, when you're mixing, let's say you have sunflower, you have maize, you have maize bran. So people are asking, what do you look for? What is the ratio of those things? So that's what we want to discuss in this video. So the 5 important rules to observe when you are mixing feeds, or before you mix feeds. This is what you look for. So number 1, it's always the 5 to 5 to 5 rule, guys. That's what I call it. So my cowpeas died. I had grown some here, as you can see, a number of them. I think this place has a lot of trees. I think you can see that it's a bit bright on that particular side. So there's a lot of trees and it's close to the fence. So I think that's why they are not doing very well. Another reason could be the place is not that fertile. It's been a while since I added some manure on this section. So the 5 to 5 to 5 guys rule. So what it means in simplest term, it means that if you have 3 products, or in this case the raw materials that you are mixing, let's say you have sunflower, you have soya, and you have fish meal. Those 3 particular ingredients, and you want to mix them together. So you have to observe the 5 to 5 to 5 rule. So it means when you mix, once you have mixed those 3 ingredients, when you scoop a portion of that mix, of that mixed feed, whether it's regardless of the quantity that you scoop, you must observe with your naked eye at least 5 parts of each of those ingredients that you have mixed. So you must see 5 parts or pieces of soya, you must see 5 pieces of sunflower, and you must see at least 5 pieces of fish meal in this case. So when you're mixing feeds, mostly we don't actually mix those 3. Those are just the main sources of protein. So you need maize. You also need maize bran or maize jam. Depending on where you get it, it's a bit expensive, but I use mostly maize bran. It's a bit cheaper for that purpose. So you need those 3, and then plus lime, you see. So once you have those and then you want to mix them, so you have to observe that rule, the 5 to 5 to 5 to 5, you see. So once you scoop, let me just demonstrate this. Let me just demonstrate what I mean by the 5 to 5. So just take a look at these feeds. So guys, just take a look at that. So I've scooped just a small section of the feeds. Now, can you observe at least 5 pieces of soya from this section? So you can easily count. You can easily see there are many. You see, you can see more than 5 pieces of soya. Now, can you also see more than 5 pieces of sunflower? Now, the dark sections, you can see that those are dark pieces. Those are the sunflower. You see. Now, just a reminder, guys, I switched to sunflower the other time because I noticed that my chickens had, their droppings were not that solid. You see, particularly solid droppings are best for a healthy chicken. The droppings have to be solid and with white sections or toppings or a cup at the mostly at the top of it. So that's urea. But when I started giving them these fish meal, I think I gave them a large quantity. I may have added way more than expected. The portion may have been way bigger than expected. So their poop was mostly diarrhea, yellow diarrhea. So I switched to sunflower, and I think they're responding well to that. So back to our discussion. Now just look at this. When I scoop a section, just a small portion of this, is this clear? Okay, yeah. So look at that. Can you count at least 5 pieces of each of those items? Of course, maize bran is dominant, so it's a lot, you see. And then soya, and we have sunflower, and so I'm using sunflower and soya in this case. So I paused using fish meal because of the reaction I've just mentioned. So that's the rule, guys. That's the rule. So that will tell you whether the feeds are enough, or the elements or the raw materials that were used are enough. You see, were enough when they were mixing the feeds. Now, if you find that it's a bit dark here, when you find that the materials or the portions you are counting are few, and you are counting less than what I've just mentioned, guys, you are counting less than the 5 pieces of each of those ingredients, it means they were not mixed very well. You see, one of the ingredients was used that was used is less. You see, so that's what it means. Now, it's a bit dark in here. That's why you can see the chickens are just, this is the second portion of their feeds. So I think they're done, almost done. Just look at this. It's a bit dark. It's a bit dark in here because it's evening. So darkness is setting in. So I think they're done, almost done. Some sections are remaining. Some of them are done, I think. Yeah. So you can see if you take a look at any of them, you can see the crop. You see, it's just popping out, which means it's full. It's very hard, you see, which means that it's full. So I don't know why they're making that noise close to me. So I think they respond well to human voice, something like that. So yeah. So wow. So the second thing, guys, you want to look at, I think it's a bit dark here. I'll just have to move out. Let me just move out, and it's 6. I mean, it's way past. It's 6:30. So just a small amount of sunlight outside. So I think I'll have to just get out. So the second thing you want to look at, guys, is the cleanness of the area. These are my boots. Look at this. So they're clean now. You have more cowpeas here. I think this place is more fertile, so that's why these ones are newly planted, but they're doing well. Look at that. It's a nice harvest. You can see this is wow, what is that? It's just manure from the chicken house. Just a bit of it. You can see that. So this one is more fertile. This section is more fertile compared to the other one. So how clean is the area that you want to use? First of all, you have to disinfect your feet. Now, if you have to mix with a spade, which I mostly do here, you have to clean your feet mostly before because you'll be stepping on the food, you see. So, and the food has to be clean. So you have to make sure that your feet are clean. This is the first thing. Because you don't want to bring, bacteria or any other, unwanted organism on the farm. I'll prefer, guys, if you use a tarpaulin. These are maize. These are planting season. People already planted, so I think in about 60 days this should be mature. So you want to use, apart from this disinfecting, you want to use a tarpaulin in this case. So you must have a tarpaulin. That is, if you are not mixing on cement, concrete on the floor, so you must have a tarpaulin. Now that will help in gathering the food, you see. So I'm assuming these people watching these are just starting out. The videos I make are mostly for people who are starting out. People who have advanced don't really need to learn much from me, because this is just a documentation of what is happening, you see, around me. So now when you want to use a tarpaulin, so a tarpaulin will help you to gather the feed and just to avoid wastage. You see, so those are very important. That's the disinfection. And you see, now if you are using a concrete floor, you must disinfect it. That's the first thing you do. You see, make sure it's clean. The floor has to be clean. Now most of you will be using that, so you have to make sure that the floor is clean before you start mixing before you just pour down the feeds. You must have disinfected the area. You see, that's very important, guys. Now number 3, the other most important thing you have to look into, or you have to consider before you mix the feeds, is the quality of the feeds, guys. Quality of the raw materials that you have. You see, so did you have heard stories of people who buy soya? I've read somewhere somebody went to buy, the normal raw material, soya, sunflower and all that, only to discover that part of it was just the soya, because soya is dark. You see, rather sunflower is dark in color, and it's similar to calcium or limestone, which is used again in the feeds. So the guy discovered that the sunflower was actually mixed completely with the calcium. You see, so I mean, it's a tricky business, and you just have to be careful. I don't know. You just have to be careful when you're buying these raw materials, because it's a tricky business. Some people are unscrupulous out there. They're out there to make money, and you just end up buying unrealistic raw materials. So the other one was soya, which was actually mixed with rotten maize. You see, the maize, when it's harvested and then it gets rotten, so it was mixed with that. You see, and the guy assumed that the soya was good because both of them are actually close in color. Yellow, close to, I think it's yellow. Yeah, yellow. So both of them, they looked similar. So you see, it's a tricky business, but you have to observe those. You just have to be careful when you're buying those, when you're sourcing for those raw materials, because you may end up getting duped for no reason, for not being careful, guys. So so that's very important. The quality of those raw materials, guys, it has to be optimum. It has to be to the highest level. You see, the quality of the maize. Now you make no mistake of using broken maize. Not broken maize, but rotten maize. Make no mistake of using that. Traditionally, people assume that rotten maize is for chickens, and then they just throw it to the chickens. You see, but you don't want to use that, because rotten maize has a poison. You see, so poisonous substances called aflatoxin. So you don't want to feed that to your chickens, guys, because if you feed to them, they'll get ill. They'll develop some weird diseases. You just end up with some weird diseases even though you have vaccinated them. You see, you just end up with some just unknown diseases. So you don't want to use that. You see, quality maize is what you have to prefer. That's your preference, quality maize. So very important, observe the raw materials that you are sourcing for. You see, if possible, you must establish one particular guy who you source your materials from. So guys, if you observe those 3 rules that I've just mentioned, and are very, very important, you will end up mixing very quality feeds, very quality feeds. Now I've shared videos on the ratios to mix, what to mix, how many kilos, you see, depending on the quantity that you want. And I'll keep updating you about feed mixing, because we don't want to spend, since this is a business, we don't want to spend a lot of money on buying feeds. So that's it, guys, for this video. So we'll see you next time with more videos. And just observe the sun as it sets.